So in terms of IRB.net, IRB and IACUC, it may be pertinent to elaborate on those to a broader audience. IRB is an acronym for Institutional Review Board. The IRB board, or Institutional Review Board, really approves research proposals that are going to be dealing with human subjects. So the goal of IRB is to ensure that nobody's abused or no unethical practices take place during research with human subjects. By the same vein, IACUC, or the Institutional Animal Care and Use Committee, ensures that animal subjects are treated in an ethical way and no undue pain or suffering or really unethical treatment of those animals takes place in the course of research here at the university. As the Interim Assistant Provost for Research, I see my role as promoting research more as one of facilitation. I am here to try to help assist principal investigators and researchers in answering any questions that they might have with getting research proposals, funding, and the research itself through the process of the university system. And that might include helping answers regarding to finance, getting approvals through the executive cabinet, answering questions about indirect cost. Basically, if anybody's conducting research and they have a question about any sort of protocol, I'm here to help try to find those answers. My vision for research at Sul Ross is one of accessibility. I really hope that I can help make research accessible not just to staff and faculty, but also to students. I would like staff and faculty to have access to any potential funding sources that they might need in order to conduct research, and thereby have that flow down to students such that they can get experience in conducting research projects successfully and getting that research disseminated to a broader audience, both within and outside of the university.
My name is Deborah Derden. I am the Director of Institutional Research here at Sul Ross State University. I'm also the chair of the IRB committee. We have each taken a course in Protecting Human Resources Participants, which explains the federal guidelines that are used when research is done using, obviously, human participants. The number of submissions that we get to the IRB during the year is dependent on what time of the year. In a lot of cases, we get about 12 student research projects for each semester, generally from the psychology department. This summer, we will be introducing the IRB.net software. This software will be used by all of the researchers, and we hope that it will make our efforts a little easier and will be easier for the researchers to do their projects.
Being a member of the Sul Ross IRB committee answers a call to serve others by protecting the rights of human subjects in research. Being an interdisciplinary researcher myself, I feel that I bring a unique perspective to the review process and can support others who are pursuing their own research. The IRB approval process is also an effective teaching tool for new researchers and those wanting to engage in the research process. I think it's important for Sul Ross to have an IRB committee because it provides for the protection of human subjects, and it's also required for those who are interested to obtain grant funding. The IRB application process requires the researcher to submit a full proposal and give details on subject recruitment, the proposed methodology, how you're going to use the results, and most importantly, what sort of informed consent process that you have.
I did my senior capstone project looks over what how marriages can suffer or benefit after the loss of a child, and looking at privacy management and how all of that is also handled. With that being such a sensitive topic, it was difficult to find a lot of research done. Even when I went and I submitted things to the IRB because I'm trying to dig to get this information, that the IRB people, I had gotten 2 emails about everything I had submitted, and they were there just to basically protect humans and make sure that what I'm doing as a researcher is ethically okay and that I'm not going to hurt anybody. And if someone does feel pressure while they're filling out a survey or anything, I have to make sure that I give them plenty of places to go and seek help if they so choose. I think that the IRB is an amazing group of people, and it really helps everyone who is doing research to make sure that they're protecting others, because just as one person, I don't always think of everything. And one of the main things that I've learned about the IRB process is it's not always quick, because most of the people who are on the IRB committee, that's not their only job. They have students, they have families, they have lives, so they only meet once a month. And you have to make sure that, if you want to get this done, you want to do that research because we're all on a time crunch, you need to make sure that you submit that information so that they can, decide if what you're doing is okay and that you're being protected, and that you're also protecting the people who are potentially you're researching.
I am a librarian here at Sul Ross, but I'm also a recent graduate of Sul Ross's Natural Resources Management program with a Master's of Agriculture. And my final project was a class, a research class, where I developed a project, and that project needed to go through IRB approval like every other project on our campus. My project specifically was an online exhibit that I developed about recycling in Alpine and in the Big Bend area. And that exhibit was going to be made available to our entire Sul Ross community and the broader Alpine and Big Bend communities. And it was going to be distributed using email and social media, which meant that I needed to ensure that people who were choosing to participate felt comfortable and that their participation would be confidential and that there would be no risks to their health. And that's what I felt like the IRB provided and what it provides for all research. The process of going through an IRB requires a lot of thinking ahead and figuring out who you're going to talk to, what kind of subject size you're looking for, and how you're going to go about making sure that you do all of that in an ethical way. It was extremely helpful to have gone through the process when I was writing up my report, because it helped me to know that I had already made these considerations when I was sharing that information in the methodology and results sections of my paper. One of the big benefits that I found through the IRB process was the fact that I got to talk more about my research project and proposal with other faculty and the IRB committee, and work through it a little bit more before going forward with the actual research to make sure that more people knew about it, which was good exposure, and that it was going forward in a positive way.